r/AskReddit. What's something you surprisingly still don't know how to do? Whistle. Blow a gum bubble. It took me ages to learn to whistle, but I finally got it, and I'm good at it now, but I don't think I'll ever be able to blow a bubble. Think of the gum as a condom, and your tongue as a peen. Your job is to put the condom on the peen. Then you blow. Type using all my fingers. It's worth the investment of learning it. I type 96 words per minute and save hours for school papers and work assignments. Hated learning it as a kid in school, but am so thankful I did. Makes accomplishing anything so much faster, and it's nice to be able to type without having to look at the keys. I type 50 to 60 words a minute with my middle finger. Lol. Principal of my high school always laughed at me. How to say no in uncomfortable situations. By the way, can you hold this baby and work late tonight? Okay, thanks. A new mom once handed me a newborn when I was incredibly stoned. I don't think I've ever been that high, and I could tell I wasn't holding the baby right, but I also didn't want to chance a shift, so I just stood there full football hold, trying not to let on how ducked up I was. Properly tie. I'm almost 27. I've been taught dozens of times, and YouTube exists, yet I still do some bullcrap overhand. Not that luck's possible, but clearly isn't the right way. My brother is 36 now, still doesn't have any clue whatsoever how to tie a tie. Every time there's a formal occasion he asks me for help, because he knows I tie a mean knot, and every ducking time, I tie it up, then use the tie to pull him forward for a kiss on the lips. Poor bastard never sees it coming, and loses his crap every time. Ha. Well, that took a turn. Ride a bike. Me too. How old are you? If you don't mind. I also can't, and live in a very bike-centric city. I'll be 36 next month. Neither can my older brother. My mom says it's our own fault, so when my friends in 8th grade learned that I couldn't ride a bike, that became the activity of the night. Guess they were better teachers than my parents since it worked. 30-year-old woman. Can't do basic makeup or braid my hair. Can relate to the makeup. I had Rapunzel hair as a little girl that my mom would run a brush through. Still resent it, and she would do the coolest braid. I tried braiding rope first, then learned to do it on my hair. Then learned how to add pieces to the 3 strands I had. Then learned how to part my hair and unique braids. It's all about baby steps. Now don't ask me about makeup. If I don't look like Heath Ledger's Joker or a drag queen, then I did a good job. Same. Still want Rapunzel hair, but it never gets as long as I want it. I had to relearn how to French braid my own hair, and I don't have the patience to learn how to fishtail my own hair. But just learning to French/Dutch braid my hair really opened up my options. Find 2 good job references. Lol, I can relate to this so hard. Build a healthy relationship. I don't even know where to start. Friendships or long-term sexual relationships. I've just given up. I have a great relationship with my dog though. Maybe I should try those tactics on people. There was a post on r/confession about a guy who did just that. The girl was upset because he didn't know how to show affection and possibly jealous of his dog. So he changed by treating her like the dog. Instead of scratching the dog's ears, he would play with her hair. Instead of bring the dog for a walk, he'd ask his girl if she wanted to go. He said it completely changed his relationship. I'm a 24-year-old male, and I have never learned how to comb my hair. When I was little, I always hated when my mother would comb my hair. I often went to school with really bad bedhead. Then, in 2nd grade, I discovered buzz cuts and never looked back. Nowadays I completely shave my head to avoid paying for a haircut every 2 weeks. I tell people I do it for aesthetic reasons, but it really all comes back to my inability to comb my own hair. 30-year-old here. I only know how to style my hair getting out of the shower. I shower, I comb my hair. If my hair gets messed up, I have to take a shower and redo it. If I use water in a spray bottle, it always turns out wrong. Swallow pills. I always panic. That is one thing I have been lucky to be good at. For fun, when I was a kid, if a nurse gave me a big pill with water, I would immediately swallow it, instantly giving them a little heart attack that I was about to choke or something. I didn't realize until high school that most people needed water to swallow pills. I thought it was just to make it easier. I always swallowed them with no problem. I never understood why characters in movies took a gulp of water with pills. I always just swallowed them, then people started commenting on it, and I was like, what? It's really not that difficult. Stop drinking. I once was looking through the profile of a Redditor who was dealing with an alcohol addiction. She shared a quote that helped her, and I thought made a lot of sense, since I sometimes have a hard time not getting drunk by myself too. It was something like, you're not craving being drunk alone on your couch, you're craving the excitement of the first glass. Drank a few shots of brandy last night with the intent of sitting on my couch alone watching Netflix. I guess there's different types lol. I crave my brain not overanalyzing my entire existence, and that takes a few glasses. Insurance / how to use my insurance / insurance terms. Applies to all insurance, I guess, particularly car insurance, and especially health insurance. I've never understood how much I have to pay. Last time I went to a physical that's supposed to be covered yearly, they charged me, because I was going for the first time, $50 for them to take my weight and have me fill out an hour worth of paperwork that I'm sure they'll never look at, because when they finally saw me, 30 minutes after my appointment time, they asked me the exact same questions. Anyway, I absolutely live in dread about the day I ever have to use a hospital or have any emergency. The virus 19. I sincerely hope I'd live through it, since I have no underlying health problems. However, I feel the debt is what would really screw me my entire life. I'm pretty sure this is all intentional. The health insurance industry doesn't want us to know exactly how screwed the system is. My husband had a physical a few years ago, and the doctor recommended he get a cardiac stress test. His BP was a little elevated, probably because of all the crap you describe with your visit. He called a few specialists' offices to ask what it would cost, and ended up never getting it, because not a single one of them could tell him. They all said it depends what we do, and what codes get billed. Parallel park. How to parallel park. Find another spot. How to do thing. Don't. Roll my R's or trill my tongue. When I was first learning Spanish in middle school, my teacher gave us an exercise on how to properly roll R's. I'll give it to you. Say pot slowly, then repeat it, and go faster each time. Eventually, you'll get it. Practicing this in my apartment right now is making me paranoid. I'm 19 years old, and I can't properly tie my shoes. I also have trouble knowing right from left. My boyfriend is 28 and still doesn't know right from left either. He's smart, he just has a bad memory. I hope that makes you feel better. I'm 40 years old and only know the bunny ears technique. I can't work a dustpan. There's always that stupid line of dirt at the edge or a bunch of crap that gets swept under the pan. At this point I refuse to use one and will just vacuum up the dirt pile. I'm pretty sure that's just how dust pans are. Sweep, brush into pan, move the pan back an inch, give a quick flick, move back, give a flick, repeat. The flick gets it airborne up and over the edge of the pan. It'll take 2 to 3 flicks to get it all in. Bend down and use a hand broom or grab the broom by the base to get the optimum flick. It's all in the wrist. Putting air in my tires by myself. The automated stations make this so easy. The number should be on a sticker in the door frame. Punch it in the machine. Fill and wait for the beep. I had anxiety over figuring this out in public, so I got my own portable air compressor. It's actually really convenient, and I just used YouTube videos. Grocery shop and meal plan. IDK if I don't know how, or if I'm just too lazy. I just buy some random stuff and throw it in a pot most of the time. But my roommate has steak dinners and all sorts of good stuff. She shares sometimes though. I always thought when I was grown up it would click or something. My parents stopped at a small grocery store on the way home from work every day / every other day and picked up whatever they were making that day. I've been the same way because it keeps me from wasting food. The quarantine is making me learn though. I think part of it is just always having a mental tab open for a few days ahead, which is definitely a skill, and another part is learning kind of a repertoire of recipes which work for you. For me that means inexpensive ingredients that will still be good as leftovers for a few days and won't go bad immediately, medium healthy, and mostly vegetable based. How to cook an egg. Boiled, heat water, add egg, keep for 8 minutes for a hard boiled egg. Fry, add oil in a pan, heated, add egg, salt, pepper, cook till the whites turn white, flip, cook, done. Tried frying an egg with your technique, because I've never been able to. It was simultaneously burnt and raw. Think I need more practice.